What's one way to flaunt your money when you have a lot of it? Get an expensive car and drive it around town. Cars have come a long way in the 100+ years they've been around and have often been used as the determining factor of a person's wealth. The nicer the car, the fatter the bank account. But there are some cars in the world that most of us can only ever dream of affording. These are the rarest and most expensive cars in the world. Number 16. LaFerrari. This hybrid sports car produced by the world-renowned car company Ferrari was a limited edition car collectors scrambled after. To collectors, as if the $1.4 million price tag was not enough to stop them, buyers had to apply to purchase the car as well. After the company had received over 1,000 applications, only 499 were manufactured, produced, and sold. This car was so sought after that people tried to buy the vehicle from other car collectors. One man was so lucky as to buy the car off a billion-dollar hotel and businessman, Steve Wynn, owner of Wynn Resorts in Las Vegas, for $3 million, almost triple the price. Although recently in 2016, a model of the rare car series was auctioned for over $7 million. Number 15. Enzo Ferrari. This next car on our list is yet another vehicle from Ferrari. Sharing the same name as the car company's owner, the Enzo Ferrari is so rare that only 400 were ever manufactured and built. Announced in 2002, the car was initially priced at $659,330. Being revealed at the Paris Motor Show in 2002, invitations to the reveal were sent out to previous customers. Almost instantaneously, the car sold 399 models and was manufactured in 2003. Although in 2004, the 400th Enzo Ferrari was produced and gifted to Pope John Paul II. Complete with a note from the chairman of Ferrari himself, the car was never actually driven by the Pope. Instead, the car was blessed, and the Vatican had auctioned the car off for $1.1 million. Number 14. The Porsche 956. One of the fastest cars on our list, this one is worth a pretty penny. Norbert Singer designed the Speed Demon and manufactured by Porsche in 1982 for the FIA World Sports Car Championship. Being recorded as one of the fastest cars to ever complete a lap on the Nürburgring racetrack, finishing it with a time of 6 minutes and 11 seconds, having a horsepower of 630 and reaching speeds of up to 250 miles per hour, this car is a force to be reckoned with. While this car is breaking records in the speed department, the Porsche 956 was sold for $10 million at an auction, making it the most expensive Porsche to date. Number 13. The McLaren F1. The McLaren F1 is a car owned by only 106 people in the world. Being praised as one of the most innovative vehicles to have been created, this car is owned by well-known names such as Elon Musk, Jay Leno, and Harrison Ford. In 1998, the car was even awarded the Guinness World Record for the fastest production car, reaching speeds of 240 miles an hour. Starting out at close to $1 million when the vehicle was released in 1992, the price has skyrocketed since. In 2015, the car was auctioned for $13.75 million. Number 12. The Ferrari 250 GT Spyder SWB. That one was a mouthful. Released in 1961, this car looks familiar to those who have seen the hit 80s movie Ferris Bueller's Day Off as it careened off of a cliff, leaving the three teens stunned. Only ever having around 55 produced, this car can reach speeds up to 190 miles per hour. While being auctioned off in February of 2015 for $15.9 million, another one was sold in 2016 for over $17 million. To quote Ferris, "The question isn't what are we going to do? The question is what aren't we going to do?" Well, we can tell you that we aren't going to buy this car anytime soon. Number 11. The 2013 Veneno Lamborghini. Everybody wants a Lambo. This luxurious car is one of the newer and most beautiful-looking entries on our list. Being priced at $3.9 million, this is the car of our dreams. With a horsepower of 691 and reaching speeds of up to 221 miles an hour, this car is as fast as it is beautiful. With a carbon fiber lightweight design, we hope we never have to pull up next to this car at a red light. If we did, we would feel very, very insecure. Number 10. The Bugatti Type 41 Royale Kellner Coupe. This is one bougie car for only the most serious of collectors. With only 7 being produced in the years of 1927 to 1933, this luxury car was even owned by Ettore Bugatti. Costing almost $30,000 when being first built, this vehicle was the one to own. Although Ettore crashed his model of the car, 6 remain throughout the world. One model of the vehicle was even sold for close to $10 million. Number 9. The 1964 Ford GT40. This race car was built to rival Ferrari cars in a long-distance race. Being produced and manufactured in the years of 1964 through 1969, this car only had 105 models put out. Eventually beating out the Ferrari, this car is the first to use the same chassis throughout all of the races until it was replaced to make the car even faster. Reaching a top speed of 216 miles per hour, this car was once a force to be reckoned with on the track. Imagine drag racing against something like this. Number 8. The Ferrari 250 Testa Rossa. Notice a trend here on who has the most expensive cars. The Ferrari Testa Rossa was being manufactured from the years of 1957 to 1958. Only ever having 54 models produced, this car has won multiple races around the world and has been hailed for its curvy and sleek design. Reaching speeds of up to 161 miles an hour, this car was rumored to have been auctioned off for up to $39 million. Number 7. The Aston Martin DB4 GT Zagato. Wow, most of these cars have really long names. Is that why they're so expensive? The Aston Martin DB4 GT Zagato was manufactured from the years of 1960 to 1963, and only 25 were ever produced. Being used as primarily racing cars, these models came in third or fourth to, you guessed it, Ferrari. But the car placed first in the Le Mans race in 1961. This car can reach up to 153 miles an hour and can do so in just 14 seconds. The vehicle has been sold at prices of up to $14.3 million. Number 6. The 2008 Maybach Exelero. Why does this car's name sound like some epic space voyager? Well, with its price tag, it very well could be. With only one ever being made in 2005, this is one expensive price point for a car. Having 690 horsepower and its top speed at 218 miles an hour, this one-of-a-kind car has been priced at $8 million. Fans of Jay-Z might recognize this car from his music video, Lost One. Number 5. The 1955 Mercedes 300 SL Gullwing. One of the most iconic and memorable cars of its time, the 1955 Mercedes 300 SL Gullwing managed to stand alone due to its iconic design. Having a distinct door design that involves the doors opening upward, the car was also praised for the first ever production fuel injection. The car's first models were used for racing, but were soon adapted to be roadster cars instead. With a horsepower of 215 and being able to reach speeds of up to 130 miles an hour, this was one of the fastest cars on the road of its time. This car was all around iconic from design to production, meaning that car collectors everywhere had to own one. Estimated at $4.62 million, this car continues to be as iconic as when it was first released. Number 4. The 1957 Jaguar XKSS. Only 16 of these cars were ever produced and sold throughout the entire world. The reason for the small number of cars produced was because of a fire that broke out in 1957, which had destroyed the XKSSs in production, halting any more from being created. Released in 1957 for $5,000, the car is another one that collectors are trying to get their hands on. Reaching up to speeds of 146 miles per hour, the car itself has a sleek and fitting design. It's a shame that only 16 were ever produced. Number 3. The 1905 Rolls-Royce 15 HP. This has got to be one of the oldest entries on our list. Being manufactured in 1905, only 6 of these cars were ever built and sold. Reaching gut-wrenching speeds of 39 miles per hour, this car is currently priced at $35 million. $35 million for a car to sit in some collector's garage. We're not saying it's a waste of money, but it is $35 million. Number 2. The 1928 Mercedes-Benz S Type 26. Another mouthful, this car was designed by Ferdinand Porsche before he left to start his own company. The cars were manufactured between 1928 and 1932. It was highly regarded as one of the best sports cars of its era. This car can reach speeds of up to 190 miles per hour and looks fashionable while doing it. Being priced at $5 to $6 million, this car is one to turn heads if taken out on a leisurely drive. Number 1. The Ferrari 250. This has got to be the most expensive and rarest entry on our list. With only 39 ever being produced, this is the car that every collector dreams of being able to get a hold of. With the first car being produced in 1962 and the last in 1964, this car can reach speeds of up to 280 miles per hour. Being priced at only $18,000 when the car was first released, there was a dramatic increase in price over the next couple of years due to its rarity. The most recent being sold in October of 2013, the car was sold for $52 million. Whoever has this much money to spend on a car should be generous enough to maybe throw some of it our way. Did you guys see a car on the list that caught your eye? Do you think you could ever pay over $1 million for a car? Are there any that we missed? Leave your answers and reactions in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Titanic, where we post videos every day. Also, hit that bell button to be notified for when we post. Thanks for watching.